Hi there, folks. My name is Jennifer Foster. I'd like to tell you about a new initiative that's been rolled out throughout the UK called the Get Sorted Academy. This is aiming to give anyone over the age of probably 10 a new way of understanding themselves, which will allow them to focus. Once they know how to focus, they can discover their real self, they can then connect to this real self, and then they can achieve really meaningful and purposeful not only career paths but also interests, hobbies, and activities. It really helps you as well look at your relationships and looks at how to create an environment around you that enables you to thrive. And this little textbook is only 40 pages, and it also looks at the difference between emotions and feelings, and also has an internal roadmap that you can use to help you plot and see where you are travelling within yourself, and whether or not you're stuck in your mind, being emotional, or actually engaging with your real self, feeling whatever you're feeling in that moment. So it helps you manage your emotions. So there's two ways you can study this focus. Both are CPD accredited in the UK. Now, what this means is that if you are a young person, you can either do the online course or come along to a live focus performance. Here we are. And if you come along to the live focus performance, which looks at the highlights of focus, and then you go home and take a short test, you will get a certificate that you can put on your CV that employers will recognise, and that will show that you are interested and keen to develop yourself and to be really, really good at knowing what you're focusing on and what that means. The focus book has an online course attached to it, so you can do a much more detailed look at this focus. And this as well is CPD accredited and is suitable for all, not only young people, but also for parents, for social workers, teachers, support workers, coaches, therapists, probation officers, in fact, anyone who works with young people or families. So do come along to the live performance. This is fun, engaging, comedy, mime. It's got music in it and loads of props and audience participation. It's going to be held all over the UK, and it's only 25 minutes. And you can come along and see what you think. And if you do want to be accredited, then you can always pay on the day if you like. That's no problem. There will be a small fee to come into the play, but to get the accreditation, it'll just be a little bit extra for you to do that. So the way this will help you is as follows. For young people, it will help them be aware of what actually the talents and preferences and knowledge and wisdom they carry within themselves, so they can use this to pick a career path that suits them. It also helps them manage their emotions, and it helps parents who are working with their children to facilitate this, so that together the parent and the child can start to actually bond on this level. They can connect, and it gives them a way that's objective, that they can explore what's going on around them, especially if the child or the parent even is going into a bit of an emotional meltdown. It's really good for people who work with people with learning difficulties, including ADHD and autism, because again, it's an objective way of understanding how you work that we can all buy into and we can all agree on. At the end of this is a development plan as well. And if you do the accredited CPD course, online course, part of that will be to follow this development program, but you can also buy this online just as a present to yourself and follow the development plan as well. This is why it's quite good for therapists and coaches too, because it will give them a basic framework within which they can use their tools to really enhance the program. For people who are fostering children, it can help avoid placement breakdown, because again, it's a tool that you can use where you can talk about and express how you are and what's going on. I see it very much as, because it's using art, it's using your imagination. You come along and see a live performance. You come along, and if you have the focus book, there's all cartoons in it like this. There's all cartoons, and it's friendly, it's simple, and it's an excellent handbook, really, that shows you how to focus, which, quite frankly, in this modern day, is an absolutely essential life skill, because as we all know, we're being distracted every 5 minutes by smartphones, by what other people are thinking of us, by world events, and it's very easy to get very confused and distracted by all this. But if you know how to focus, and you can see how to focus, and you've experienced the play and heard music and things like that, what happens is that instead of just thinking about it, because you're experiencing it, because you're experiencing a performance, you go away and your imagination has engaged with that, and you tend to remember. And not only do you remember, but also the way you learn will have processed that in a way that makes sense for you. So what I've found as people have come to these performances is everyone takes something away that's different, because everyone sees what's going on in a different way. There's lots of symbols there. There's obviously, I use like a magnifying glass to represent focus. I use, as I said, I use little sculptures. I have a little tunnel, and it's funny, I use balloons and all that sort of thing. And because it's like that, because it's like pantomime, because it's a mime with music and all sorts of things, you get carried and drawn into the show, and you walk away and you've learnt in 25 minutes, which is something really important that could have taken hours and hours and hours from a textbook or from just someone talking to you about it. So I'm really enjoying, and I'm looking forward to doing this a lot more. I can do this at your organisation as well. I'm going to put on live performances in towns for the general public, and I'll invite people along. But I can also, as I said, bring it to your organisation. I can bring it to your business. It's excellent, again, for improving staff efficiency, because if they become aware of how they control their own focus, they then have an extra skill that they can use, rather than being stuck in their dynamic and thinking, oh, why do I keep scrolling? They can think, actually, I know what to do because I have seen the focus play, I have got the focus handbook, and I know how to control and master my focus. One of the very important takeaways from this is that you might not be able to control everything that's going around you, but you can control how you experience it, and you can control how you choose to live your life. And I'm telling you now, despite everything that's going on around you, you are able to choose how to experience your life. And this focus book and this focus performance will show you how to do that. So please contact me, please do the online course, please come and see the play. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.